Transfigurations. Prior to projection. Friday, July 13th, 1979. I was in the bedroom, an isolated part of my apartment, on Visconde de Piraja Street in Ipanema, Rio de Janeiro. I regard it as the landing strip when I travel out of the body. I use a darkening curtain in the room, which immerses the surroundings in semi-darkness, allowing me to maintain visual points of reference and get in and out of bed without losing my bearings. After feeling prolonged pressure in the area of the solar plexus, I began preparations for a projection, out-of-body experience, under the guidance of the helpers, spirit guides. I went to bed for the second time this night at 10:16 p.m., according to the digital clock placed at the head of the bed. This and almost all of the projections narrated here are nocturnal due to my work schedule. I attend to intraphysical existence during the day and dedicate nightlife to the extraphysical dimension, non-physical dimension, as a projector. The position of the soma, physical body, on the bed was dorsal, as it will be for almost all of the experiences described here, with the head pointing towards geographical east. Little by little, I ceased to feel the soma. The vibrational state, sensation of tingling and pulsations throughout the soma arrived, followed by a short period of discomfort. Removing all other ideas, I continued concentrating on saturating the mind with a single thought, a strong desire to leave and float over the soma lying on the bed. The takeoff of the psychosoma, astral body, occurred. Extraphysical period. My intense desire to project from the soma had met with success. I was vividly aware of being in a semi-lit place, but it was nighttime. I was experiencing the sensation of being a crash projector in a large open-air amphitheatre with many people scattered about. Upon leaving and floating well above the opening of the amphitheatre, my presence in rapid flight caught the attention of some extraphysical consciousnesses, spirits. A female extraphysical consciousness, having unmistakable sensual intentions, made a mental proposition revealing her nude extraphysical body. I cordially withdrew, but something indefinable forced me to return to the soma. I came back to the proximity of the soma without completely re-entering it and experienced vibratory sensations again, a brief period of discomfort and a new takeoff. I had the definite feeling of going out through the window, as the rays of the sun were shining in through the window panes in the direction of Barão da Torre Street and rising towards Corcovado Mountain. The extraphysical consciousness A appeared. After a while, I saw what looked like a lamppost and the sidewalk in front of a house. The night was clear. A was transfigured into a dark-complexioned youth, different from the blonde first grader I had known him as. From deep within me came the intuition of the appearance of another extraphysical consciousness, a pleasant old man deformed by an enormous semi-open tumour on his left side between the neck and shoulder. He mentally transmitted, "Do you want to see how strong I am?" He lunged forward, at which point I held him up with a sort of embrace. Smiling and joking, he twisted his whole extraphysical body around. Then, two more extraphysical consciousnesses appeared, gliding down the street. As they approached, the lines on their faces grew clear. They were females of advanced age, two look-alike sisters. Through the intuition that one naturally experiences while outside the body, I knew that all three, the two sisters and the old man, were deceased Germans known by A. The locale must have been the extraphysical region over Europe. For a moment, in a sudden transfiguration, the two sisters assumed a youthful appearance. The face of one of them was covered with lesions or smallpox scars. Both were dressed in red, wearing small shawls and walked arm in arm. I asked myself, did they produce the transfigurations themselves, or was a helper producing the images? Then, yet another extraphysical consciousness appeared, but it was not possible to identify it, as the call came for the long trip back to the soma and resulted in an imposed re-entry into it. After returning. Upon awakening, my hands were icy, but neither my hands nor my soma felt cold. The absence of the psychosoma from the soma had lasted more than an hour. A strong extraphysical force came over me. I became passive, and the extraphysical consciousness, Jose Grosso, transmitted audible instructions through my vocal apparatus to my wife, Elizabeth, my intraphysical assistant during my projections, about the intensification of the upcoming work, envisioning the elaboration of this book. Observations. The extraphysical multidimensional team, composed of constantly serene, dignified and benevolent helpers, assist those while projected to perform works using ectoplasm. This is similar to that which was performed during meetings in which I had participated over a long period of time at the Casa do Cinza in Uberaba, a city in the state of Minas Gerais, Brazil, more than 2 decades before. The vibrational state is characterized by the movement of internal pulsating waves similar to electrical vibrations whose occurrence, frequency, and intensity can be controlled at will to be fast or slow, strong or weak. These waves sweep the immobilized soma from head to hands and feet, returning to the brain in a steady cycle of a few seconds. The occurrence at times seems like a burning torch, surging and ebbing, or a ball of tolerable electricity guided at will. Not uncommonly, the vibrations produce a sensation of inflation, common in psychophony, vocal channeling, with the apparent expansion and swelling of the hands, feet, lips, cheeks, chin, and solar plexus area. The complete installation of the vibrational state is what permits a lucid takeoff and, by itself, constitutes incontestable personal evidence of the existence of the psychosoma.